infinite power.
Hello everybody and welcome to my second session, but it's just another part for you. This is another part of Let's Play the Civilizations 4 Vanilla. Well, it's not the Civilizations 4, it's just Civilizations 4, but you know what I mean. Okay, so to set that to that, we've got Barbarian, dealing with a Barbarian over there. I'm remembering. I'm just trying to get a feel about all this because it's been a little while since I played this. About a week or so. Because I know I've been a little slow to get to this part. But it's not slow for you, so this might be a little confusing. Okay, so I think I have my bearings back. What I was going to set a next task for this worker here. What I ultimately want is to set him to do... I could set him to build a road towards them, but I don't see how that would benefit us much. I think collecting the iron could be beneficial because we could create swordsmen, which would be useful. And two, that's about it. Because it's so far away, we wouldn't be able to get any of the bonuses. See, it's off from the side of the city. Another alternative is to build a cottage down there, which would grow and be able to create commerce, which I could use directly, because of my good economy, directly into research, which would be very useful. I think we're going to go with building a mine right now. There, he defeats him, which we want it to. Should we open our borders up to Gandhi? No, not really. Build a mine. Actually, I should have built a road. I wasn't thinking. Because if I build a road, then warriors should get here fast. Because the mine's not going to do me any good without a road anyway. So I should have put a road so that way my soldiers can get to the units faster. Train up another chariot. On the other hand, I could build a monastery and then bring in, help us with our scientific creations. Do we want to fight Mongolia? I think we want to, just because there's so many barbarians that comes close. I want another chariot so I can expand outwards. That way my opponents can't beat me to that. Yeah. I think that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build another chariot. Train up another chariot. For now, just stay there. There's nothing for you to do. I mainly wanted him for that reason. Actually, I'm going to trade the chariot for the warrior and have the warrior go out, because if he dies, it's not that big of a deal. But if he dies here, then it's a really big deal, because he's defending a city, so I'll lose the city if he dies here in my lands. Do we want open borders with him? On one hand, if we made him our friend, we could that would be useful because we wouldn't have to fight him in war. But on the other hand, do we want to be his friend, or do we want to take him in war? I think I want to take him in war.
Give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime.
I don't want his troops pulling over into my lands, you know. I don't want his soldiers I don't want his soldiers in my land, because then it'll make it all the more hard to take him in war if I want to. And that's what I think I want to do. I do horse archers with courthouses. We only have one coastal city, so I'm not sure how well that would be. And it seems to be growing pretty fast, so it doesn't seem like it needs it. We could chop down a lot of trees with this, and that's pretty useful. And it should get us towards the calendar, which we need for building plantations for those. This should give us forges, which I don't know, I can't remember. I know I'll choose forgery if metal casting, if no, not that good there. If there's enough hammers, because forges, ooh, that one does have a lot. And this one does have potential of building up more once it grows. Actually, sailing might have been the best option. Sailing would be somewhat good because it should help that city grow better. Or this to be good because it should help them. And we have mathematics. I think mathematics is eliminated. I'm going to deal with metal casting. Because it can help both of our cities. And unlike mathematics, there would be more. But mathematics, if I chose mathematics, I would have to eliminate forests, which there isn't a whole lot of forests I don't need. I could eliminate like 2 of those. Maybe, but even that, yeah, I could eliminate 2 of those maybe, but there isn't that many forests that are like obsolete, that are just completely unimportant to me. Oh crap. Get out of there. Yes, I can go build a mine. If you don't know what to have your workers do, what I find the best for me right now, what I think is the best anyway, is to send them and mine random hills, because then there's a small chance that a valuable resource to pop up there. Okay, we trained up another chariot. That give us 1 of that, and 2, which would make culture, which would make 3. I think the settler would be the best right now. Come at me. Now see, I have an option to choose one of these. The only logical choice for me right now would be melee. Gunpowder units, I don't know, maybe in the distant future that might help me, but you run into way more melee units, right? Then he'll run into so many melee units that he'll probably die by the time that will even be possibly useful. Get back up there. You build a mine. Kill those guys. Normally, I would have waited and rested my unit, but he's dangerously close to my wheat. I don't want to mess with that. It's still kind of early in the game. I think that would be best. Just a long term wise, it's good. It just builds up over time. That's probably the last time I'll use a great person for that reason. Like to make him a great person in a city that just lives in the city. Barbarians need to learn their lesson. I should have sent them over that way. I don't know what I was thinking. To build a cottage. Instead of just building a mine out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's a chance something could spawn there, but it's highly unlikely. I met Julius Caesar, if you didn't. Caesar, however you want to pronounce it. Caesar's the Latin way. Caesar's the English way. I could attach that, but unless this, no, nobody's close to being in an unhealthy state, so I don't see any reason on connecting these random pastures to cities. Why aren't these flooded plains? If those were flooded plains, then that would be a great spot to grow a city. Just because of the growth would be so tremendous. I don't know what to do here. Where I'm gonna build my next city at exactly. I could build it there. That would be a good spot. I'd get deer, which I don't have anywhere else. I mean, deer aren't that useful, but I could also get horses. More horses, which I could use mostly for trade. But it's in the tundra, and I don't like that. On the other hand, I could have a city built. I don't know. Maybe. Let me see here. That would be a good place to build a city. I could get those sheep and work them. But I'd have to get my worker working quick to build cottages across here. Otherwise, the city wouldn't be doing much. I'd also build a mine there for the city. I think I'll build it there, but maybe train up another worker Just a lot of work will have to be done in order to make that a useful place to live. A decent place to live, I mean. Sistine Chapel is almost finished. As soon as it's finished, I'll have to get work on Christian Temple. Regimental enhancement. I disagree with him. That wouldn't be a great spot. Why don't you build walls, I guess? Build a pasture there. Don't work that, why not? Train up a swordsman. I don't need you right at the moment, just him. Why am I building a road? Stop that, you idiot. Okay, no. Build a cottage. That swordsman will just replace him. Yes! Finish that cottage. You build a cottage. World happens with all that. Train up another swordsman to replace the chariot. Little barracks, why not? Let's explore a little. Good. Go there. Build a pasture.
And them that take the sword shall perish by the sword.